What's going on, y'all? Ground Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. And today, well, you know what this is about because you clicked on it for the title. And if you saw my last short clip, then you also know what this is about. But the name of this video here is He Bought a Firearm. This is having to do with the whole Abba and Preach Fresh and Fit beef. And it's not looking good for Fresh right now. Before we get into it, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, man, if you haven't already. Anybody that watches through the video, do the same. I like to hear what everybody has to say about this whole situation. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Somebody else in the short said that he had been talking about it on his vlog for weeks or something now, but it still looks really bad.
You can't do that. Wrong.
It still looks really bad, and this is kind of along the lines of what I was talking about in my last video when I said that Fresh doesn't understand social dynamics and cues and stuff like that, because it's like, this doesn't look good during a time when you're talking about fighting. If I was talking to somebody regular about fighting and then I looked on their story and I seen them buying guns, I'm going to look at it like, oh yeah, I got that 5 for you, goddamn, I stay with a K. You know what I'm talking about? It'll be something like that for me. Like, that's what I would be thinking. I'd be thinking like, oh, you're really out here trying to really for real, you know? Let's get into the video though and see what Abba and Preach has to say. Well, Abba, because it's him by itself. And let's get your take on it, and I'll give my take.
Listen, I was about to go to the airport within the next 30 minutes, okay? Because putting all this behind us, for the next couple of days, we're going to take some days off, go do some podcast guest appearances in different spots. Mm-hmm. And then someone sends me a story of Fresh Prince CEO going to buy firearms for the first time. Look at this.
All right, guys.
That face right there alone, I could see why Fresh is going to go buy the gun. He was talking about, he wanted to go buy the gun, but that face right there probably spurred him. He probably go to sleep at night and he wake up in cold sweats thinking about the gun like, oh, whoa, no. And then he went and bought a gun ASAP. And then also you have to think about the fact that there's a large Haitian population down there. A couple people have been talking about it in my comments on my other videos. That the Haitians, old gangs, and all that kind of stuff. They're probably looking at Fresh cross-eyed now, or he's just thinking about them looking at him cross-eyed, and it's making him go out there and get that protection. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with having a little protection for yourself, but during this time, it looks terrible.
Peter helping me with my first guns. Shout out to you, man.
Hey, pleasure, Walter. Thank
Pleasure.
you. Hello, everyone out there. Yeah,
Hey, man, Peter looks like Black or Latino Goldberg, man. If you want to look at him a little closer, I'm not sure if he's Latino or if he's black, but he looks like Latino or Black Goldberg. If you don't see the resemblance, I don't know what to say.
Here at American Security Consultants, we're experts in firearms training, situational awareness, defensive tactics.
Are you serious? And you think you're an alpha male? You think you're fit to lead other men? There's two scenarios here. Maybe Fresh always really wanted a gun, and this just happened to spring up, and it was just an appointment he set beforehand, and whatever. But to post that on IG after, if I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, right? Maybe you're that fucking stupid. To post that on IG after you challenge a man to a fight, insult his wife, insult the Haitian community and the Haitians there, right? You're in Miami, you're an idiot. You then go and post stories after you start backing out and getting scared. You post stories about you buying firearms because he says, oh, we're going to go to the boxing match, we're going to do this legally. And you post that on IG. Let's say this is a scenario that really happened, okay? That means you lack so much self-awareness to realize how it's going to look optically that you have no idea about anything relating to social cues. You don't understand how to communicate to people, how you're perceived. That's basic 101 stuff. That's crazy. So I don't know how you're fit to teach other men how to adjust and how to learn game on the fly.
How?
You don't even see how awkward and stupid you look. Or option 2, which I think is what everyone else believes just like me. This man wrote a check that his ass can't check. And now, after he insults all this, he does all this talking, he went out and bought firearms. And this is your kink. This is the guy that you guys look up to learn how to speak to women. This man can't speak to people. He doesn't understand how to communicate. How can you have game if you don't understand social cues? He's a fraud.
He's a fraud.
And young men, listen, in the military, you can have the highest rank you want, okay? We don't respect an officer just because they got the rank. We'll do our job, but we don't believe in him. Respect, leadership, it's earned through leading by example.
Facts.
This is your man.
Like
you know why I said the emperor has no clothes? Because it's a story about two jesters who walk into a city naked, all right? And they concoct this plan to fool the whole city that they are emperors. So they get one guy and they get a couple other hobos to carry some sort of dais, and they carry them through town, and everyone starts making way because it's like, oh my God, there's these guys on a dais. Look at them. The emperor's in town. We don't know from what country, but they look the part. And then someone points out, wait, the emperor has no clothes. You want to know why? Because the emperor would never walk around with no clothes. The same way a real man would never go out and challenge someone to a boxing match, insult his integrity and his honor, and then say, yeah, let's box. And then when the man accepts, you go and buy guns.
Right.
And you dodge talking about money. Y'all are crazy.
Crazy.
And this is not even to encourage violence. I don't want none of that, okay? I'm not about to start talking about that's crazy talk. This is to let young men know on this platform, because just because they're older than you and they show a big game doesn't mean they're about that life. Too many frauds out here.
Don't mean shit.
Too many frauds out here, right? I call it the blind leading the blind. Careful who you take advice from. I made that mistake in the past, so here's my advice to you. Drop all these fucking goobers and just go look up some Patrice O'Neal. You'll thank me later. Oh my God. Preach can't even be here because we don't have enough time, unfortunately. But best believe the reason why Preach is not talking so much lately is because he has nothing to say. He has things he wants to do. So consider me speaking on his behalf, at least for today.
Alright, man, so that's the video right there, man. Y'all see what the hell going on, man. It's not looking good for Fresh. He is down bad out here in these streets, man. You accept a boxing match and you go run and get a gun. Also, what he said was pretty solid, man. Just because a person is older or has more money or is in some specific position does not mean that their advice is always sound. So think about who you're getting advice from. That was actually a really good jewel that he dropped at the end there, man. He also said go check out Patrice O'Neal. I think a lot of people should go check out Patrice O'Neal because he's not only funny, he keeps it real. And this was like way back before this whole red pill thing started, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all would enjoy listening to a man that's got some jokes behind it and is just a regular guy versus a nerd, you know? But yeah, man, like I said in my last video, man, he doesn't understand social cues, and that leads me to believe or say, how could you really teach a man game? How can you teach a young guy game? How can you teach anybody else anything? Because you don't know how to first talk to regular people, or you don't know how to first understand situational awareness. I'll buy a gun during a time when somebody has offered to fight me. It looks like I'm ready to take you down, or I'm willing to take you down if you come see me. You know, it doesn't look good, man. But you guys let me know what you think about it. I don't care if he said that he was going to the range the week before and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but you still have to think of what's going on right now. I probably would have canceled my appointment. I'd be like, hey, bro, I had an appointment, but right now it doesn't look good. Or at the very least, I'm not going to show it on the ground. I'm not going to cancel my appointment. I'm not going to show it on the ground. That's what it would be. I wouldn't show it on the ground. So, Fresh, you take an extreme L again. And, yeah, man, like I said in my last video, man, I won't be surprised if Myron go and drop him. Fresh must be fitting the bill on something. He must be footing the bill to buy them cameras, buy them computers, all that kind of stuff. Because that's kind of the only reason I can see that he's keeping them. Another guy said in the comments, man, that Fresh only says facts. And I said Fresh is kind of like the same thing. It's Groot from the MCU. Fox. He literally says the same two lines. Facts. Facts. Big facts. We only like the facts. So what are we really keeping him around for? But that's the video right there, man. You guys let me know what you think about it. Y'all have a great day. Y'all go out here and get it. And I'll see you next time.